Well, this is going to be my next project. A friend of mine gave me this wood. He gave me 2 pieces of this, and he said it's juniper. I cut it in half right here because I want to get 2 turnings out of it, and I don't want one this tall, but I want to use that shape that's on it. So I want to cut it that way. It's going to be end grain. I think I have an idea on the shape, but the wood's going to be telling me whether I can do it or not. So I'm going to get it mounted up on a worm screw right here. I flattened this area out so my jaws would fit against it. And let's get it mounted up and get started on it. Got it mounted in there. I'm getting about, I think, 500 RPMs. Let's go ahead and do a little cutting on this, and maybe we'll learn more how it cuts. First time ever on this kind of wood. So 517 RPMs. Oh, this is going to be pretty. Oh boy. Yes, indeed. I'll try one more thing. A big old hogging tool. Might be able to nibble that tip off of there. Look at that. Wow. Okay, I've already marked this on here. It's about 3 1/4 inch. So I'm going to use these big jaws here just to get a nice bite on that. Seeing that it's kind of a not very round piece, I want to have it on there really secure. And I'm seeing this little inclusion right there, but I think we're plenty strong. Alright, we can smooth this out and flip it over. Okay, it's flipped around. It's in the jaws of my chuck. I think it's time to pull this out and drill it. Okay, I'm going to start with about a, looks like about a 7/8 bit. So right now I'm just going to work on getting this wall even, and I like it at the tip. It's just a little over a half. I don't want to go any thinner. So it's a matter of blending down into here, and when that's done I'll cut this away. This is still offering a little bit of rigidity for all of this. There we go. That's about a half there. That's a little bigger than a half. I'm just concerned with this end grain. I don't want to let that get too thin and have it get bumped and snap off. Alright, it's time to scrape. 700 RPMs. I think it's time to sand. Before I do though, I'm going to spend a bit of time getting all this fuzzy bark off of here. So I finished getting all of the fuzzies off of here. I used the Sandiflex, I went around it. It did a pretty good job. And this inclusion right here, I started looking at it and it was real soft bark all the way down in here. I was concerned about that, because it only left a little area this much holding it together. So I scraped it out and filled it with fine sawdust and black CA glue. Well, in the process I managed to crack this area across here, so I filled that, and I think this is holding it quite well. But now we're going to have a black line here and a black line there. So now I'm going to go ahead and sand all of this up and get a finish on it. I've got the back side sanded, so we're good there. And I'll see if I can get this sanded off. I don't know how it'll work spinning it, but let's check it out. Maybe just a little bit. Well, that really did a pretty good job, but I think I'm probably better off just locking this and that actually works better. So I'm going to sand this up. We'll get it sanded up to 400 and we'll put some finish on it. So I'm going to use wipe on poly here. But I think this area here is going to be so pretty when it gets finish on it. And it is. Look at that. This is somewhat plain looking, but I think it'll be a nice complement to the beautiful wood right there. Oh, yeah, that's nice. I'm going to think about the other half of this. see what I can do with it. I want to turn it so I can get as much of this in there as I can. I'll just do all of the rest of this finishing off camera and come back when it's time to remove the tenon. Alright, it's time to remove this tenon. We'll see how it works out. I've got a block in my chuck and some padded material. I don't expect this to run real true, but we're going to find out. That should be fine. See what kind of RPMs we can get. Let's go with about 580. Get my face shield on, and we'll start out with a 3/8 bowl gouge and cut most of it away. That looks like it's hanging in there pretty good, and I just need to work on smoothing this up a little bit. I'll go ahead and do that, and I'll come back and we'll cut the rest of this off. I went ahead and sanded all of this up. Now we'll remove the rest of this little nub. I'm going to switch to my spindle gouge with a swept back grind on it. Well, I'm going to call that close enough. It's a pretty fine blade here. There it is. Okay. Okay, we will sand that off and get some finish on it, and we're all done. Well, here it is. It's all done, and I'm happy with that. It had lots of challenges going on in here, but I got through it. Pretty happy with it. Piece of wood like this, so beautiful, I had to finish it. It's just gorgeous. Both sides. I would say that this side shows it off the best, of course. Real happy with that. It's about 12 inches tall, and the widest is around 9 inches and 2.5 inches at the tallest, and the base is about 5 inches. I finished it with wipe-on poly, and I'm pretty happy with that. It's a nice finish. Just a beautiful piece of wood. Made it about a 1/2 inch thick, and I'm sure if I would have left it really thick, I wouldn't have had this break off, but I like the looks of this, and I think what I'm going to do is try to figure out a way to hang it from a wall. First I thought of something there, but I'll probably just drill a hole in it and hang it, and when it's not hanging from the wall it could sit down, but I'd be afraid of dropping this because I'm pretty sure this end grain would break, so this might be a wallflower. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, please consider doing so. And for those of you who are, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Leave a comment. I read them all. Also, share the video. It really does help to get it more views. Thanks again, and until the next time, see you later.